Clocked in, I'm locked in. I might not be a top 10, but I'm the realest nigga that ever put his socks in. A pair of moccasins, my confidence, competence, my common sense. I'm convinced that I'm the best at pumping shit. Blame my pops, he ain't come to the game, so it was either go deep or go insane. So I swung for defenses the whole game, but I was more of a base hitter than a race hitter. Searching for justice, just trying to figure out the route. No doubt, I was low down with pal. Wouldn't take much to get you choked out, but I'm cool, baby. I ain't been a fool lately. Dude thank me, these dudes hate me. We been making moves lately, whether it's the Yo, we back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of. You already know what this is. This is the Conceited Knowbody, Brenda's mama, episode 227. If y'all 227, nigga, before we even started. Calvin. What was Mary? Mary was the star of that shit. She really left the east side that she moved up on to watch shit with the Jeffersons to move back to 227. Yeah. For all y'all who don't get 80s television references, we are talking about the Hood Acclaim show 227, which this is episode 227.
No place, child. Woo!
Hey, why they tried to make Rose a sex symbol? She was low-key a sex symbol.
She was fucking just a horn.
Was she thick? Well, I'm saying Rose. What was the girl name who?
Jack A.
No, it was Jack A. She
Jack
was
A.
a sex symbol.
Mary.
Was she thick?
She had a weird body. She had like a Betty Boop body or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Did she have
was
waist
like
trainer
Black
on?
Boop. Huh?
Did she have a waist trainer or a garter? What they was wearing then?
They was definitely wearing
bustier or some shit?
Nah, girdle.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Like a sports athlete.
Listen, this is the punishment that we receive for knowing too much or knowing too much pop culture, where we get distracted and we deviate. This is episode 227, CB423, and we'll explain more on that briefly. But you already know who I am. This is Latours, a.k.a. Darkskin Thanos, a.k.a. Heartthrob Harrison, a.k.a. The Fan of Facts, a.k.a. Autonomous Don. I run out my memory, man, because I think I need to clear my cache because I almost forgot my AKAs. But
it happens to me a lot. Y'all seen it? Y'all watch the show.
It's very hard to see it because the motherfucker be on point.
It's your boy Jason Ritchie, aka Go Jason R, aka Vanessa Williams, aka Send me the cash. On Cash App, Venmo, and shit, we take cash in hand, ho, let's go. A.K.A. Marty McHigh, A.K.A. Senor Tecito to the Latino people, A.K.A. Andrew P. Richard, A.K.A. Drew P. Dick, bitch! We back, y'all.
We are
Welcome
back.
Welcome back, guys. Thank y'all for coming.
We usually always, first off, what's been going on with you? Let me not be rude.
I did the show at Helium. I think that happened since then.
We talked about that.
We did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I got another one coming.
Tell us more.
Next week, next Thursday, at Helium upstairs. I'm doing upstairs. In the nigger room, yeah, because it's smaller. We're doing a show. I can't remember right now, but it's a drinking themed show in which I have to consume alcohol prior to the show.
Fuck you.
They have to consume alcohol prior to the show and then talk about times when I was fucked up. So that's pretty much the idea because it's on the eve of Fake Patrick's Day. And so I think that's why they particularly chose to go with that. But it's going to be a lot of fucking fun because I got some...
I think maybe you had the white drinking green beer.
No, I don't do that. I don't drink. I barely drink regular beer, so I'm gonna probably have a Long Island iced tea, and then we'll talk shit. If y'all come through, it'll be much appreciated. The tickets will be limited.
You headlining?
No, I'm doing about 12.
When are the tickets going on sale?
The tickets are on sale now.
All right.
Yep.
You said next Thursday?
Yep.
I'm fucking with you.
Come through. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of people coming through supposedly. Claiming they got tickets already. But the name of the show is Keep Calm and Jibber Jabber. Keep calm and Jibber Jabber, fool. Yeah, it's called Jibber Jabber.
I hope they didn't, like, before the show, we freestyled the title real quick. I hope they had more time. Matter of fact, I hope they had more time, but that's what they came up with.
Jibba jabber, like Mr. T.
Listen, we got how we
Nate gonna be there.
Nathaniel?
Nate, Naisha gonna be there too.
Well, let me get some shade in. Because we not in my living room no more doing the podcast. So I can say this comfortably. You mean that nigga be doing the podcast in the living room?
Oh, you stupid.
Hey, I've been waiting to hate. You said they ain't like
yeah.
Oh, they got y'all some nigga Leprechaun in the Hood comedy show.
No, they actually. I'm glad they actually put 3 niggas on the show instead of just being the
So
total.
you want to be
Yeah.
So it's 3 Mr. T's, ladies and
3
gentlemen.
niggas, 2 ladies, and 3 hunksters.
Hey.
That's the joke I said earlier.
We haven't had a chance to talk about Snowfall. Brief recap. Are you caught up?
Yep.
Tonight episode come on at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm going to say this. Snowfall has found its footing. I like it so far. Last episode, they tried to run the African angle too much, but I know what they was trying to do. Leon, yeah, and the only thing right there, they trying to do it in an hour.
Yeah.
If you had more of a time, like if this was on HBO, you could expand it on a lot. They had to rush it. They didn't overly romanticize Africa, but I like how they showed one that it was civil.
Mm-hmm.
That it wasn't some how the guy
wasn't
said
stick people.
Yeah.
Bush people, I mean.
Hell yeah.
In the bush. I said stick people at first. Bush people in the sticks.
Hell yeah. What I didn't like is how what's the girl? What's her name? Wanda. I don't like her acting much. I did at first. She was overacting when she was on the junk, but when she came back, it was funny as shit when they would let her in the crib.
Yeah,
that shit was hilarious.
That was funny to me too. I like. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did like how that was like, it was stark. Like, it was like, nigga, back to reality. Bitch, you used to steal.
Yeah.
You fuck out Africa.
They don't know your name yet.
Yeah, like, nigga, get that Black Panther shit off my porch. Did she say that?
No, nigga, this is the greed of old black bitches. So that shit is not to be defied. She said you can leave it on the door. I'm not gonna automatically say I don't want that nice gift from Africa, but you can't have that shit here. Speaking of nice gifts from Africa, that was acceptance. The rejection was Jerome telling him to get the dumb shit about here. He talks so greasy to Leon, man. This shit's good, man. I like it, especially coming off the heels of a terrible season last year. This is a show where the characters are so, you know what I'm saying? They attract you. They mesmerize and you caught up in the characters to where even if it's a bad story, the character can carry it sometime. That's what started happening with Power. Incidentally, Power didn't never recover after the 3rd season, in my opinion. This show itself, I think they rebounded good. What it is, they trying to tell too many stories and not enough time. So I think they get caught rushing stuff.
Yeah, they know they're running out of time because it's already run its course.
Yeah.
Dare I say that it's found its footing only because this was the season that should have happened 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And it should have just ended with that. I mean, this is sad. It should have been wrapped up a lot sooner. They tried to, like you said, try to stretch the shit out before. And they still trying to do that shit and we at the end of the road. So.
And I don't like last minute writing. That was my big problem with Power. I said it seemed like they were writing on Friday night, producing Saturday. And in regards to this show, it's with what's the girl, Franklin's girlfriend, her mother. She's a money launderer. It's absurd how they just interject her in here. The weird shit with that. I like how they do the intricacies of all the government organizations, including the KGB, which was Communist Russia or Soviet Union at this time, and their correlation with Cuba. They did mix that in pretty good. Like, it just wasn't some weird shit. I historically don't know anything about the KGB and the drug shit that was going on here. That's definitely something I got to look up to see if it's something that actually existed. But I like how they showing how these rogue government agencies operate in the dark, where
and
where they give the government plausible deniability of having any association with them. I'm excited to see what happened tonight. I'm glad this is the last season.
Yeah, for sure.
They gotta wrap it up. But an interesting thing that I looked at when I was watching it last week. You know who? What's the aunt name?
Frankie.
Frankie. That's her name.
I don't think so.
Why that's not sounding right, nigga?
It is.
It's not Frankie.
It's Frankie.
Fuck. Thank you, Google.
Just go.
Frankie.
Just go. For the sake of
it's bothering me. His name is not Frankie. It's Louie. Louie. What is wrong with you, Frankie? Louie? Oh, I know. I knew that shit wasn't right, man. God damn. So,
Louie, big fan.
Louie,
I just be watching this shit.
Listen, man, Louie ain't too different from Frankie. It's right there. If you call a bitch Louie, she better answer to Frankie. But she's Helen of Troy.
Yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah.
She's Helen of Troy. She's destructive and she don't give a fuck. She's the cause. This is almost on par with the Trojan and Greek War. You know what I'm saying? So I look at her as the most combustible lady. And shout out to Women's History. Whatever fuck the day is, Louie, this is you destructive. And she's been, and it's in character. She's been destructive since day one. Remember, Jerome didn't want to hustle. He didn't want to help Franklin with the coke. Louie said they're over, eavesdropped the conversation, said, I do it. So she been on bullshit since jump, and so it's right in line with character with her. I have no idea how it's gonna go with Franklin.
Man, you know, he's
super simple.
So it fits.
He's super simple.
And I like how that last thing, I guess, is I like how they used and how they removed. I like how they removed Leon from him and brought him back. How they put him back into this, and he got to pick a side.
He about to get back in the game.
Yeah, he definitely going.
Who's side you gonna pick? Go without saying.
Franklin, for sure.
Franklin, Leon killed, ain't he?
Yeah.
Good guy didn't make it out.
Maybe he the OG that's in the wheelchair.
He might be. Because Franklin got that. Franklin got some time. Franklin got a 40 ball in him.
And
Franklin gonna do some time.
I think if I dare say this too, this is a wild prediction and it's probably stupid and wrong. But they all gonna band back up in a way. Okay. Somebody gonna be lost.
That's only Kane and Ghost and Tommy, nigga. I hope they don't do that shit here.
Man, I can't say that I want that, whether I want that to happen. It just seemed like the Magic 8 Ball is pointing all signs to that. And but Helen of Troy,
yeah,
she might be sacrificed in the process.
Killed. She's definitely gonna get killed.
So I think they gonna, it's because family gonna come back through in the end of it. How they gonna play it?
That's Jerome family. She's Jerome family. Jerome ain't worried about shit.
Nah, he goofy, but she gonna get hit. Her. No, she goofy. He goofy. He goofy.
Who gonna do it? The nigga who can't. That's his name.
But maybe, but and that's the only way it'll make sense for them to all be together.
Who are you? Team
me?
Jerome or Team Frank?
Oh, I hate that.
You got your side. Get the dumb shit out of here.
I can't be Team Jerome because he too simple. And he being puppeteered by fucking Louie. And it's so it's like, nigga, the fucking war got you stupid or you was stupid.
He ain't analytical at all.
Yeah.
So he don't think at all.
I'm like, you have no thoughts. And I hate them type of niggas. So I gotta naturally go with the opposite.
When you at war, which that's what they at, you can't think with your heart.
Yeah.
When you're at war, you gotta think with your mind. And think with your heart is what got Gustavo caught up. Now he's a working snitch. Oh no, man.
What's gonna happen to Gus?
Boosie sighting. Oh, Gustavo, no. He said he never sell so dope with Gustavo because he's a rat. We gonna have
he said that too?
No, nigga. Come on, man. We gotta aim with Boosie and we gotta interject him in this show somewhere, okay. Nigga. You know what time it is. Okay. No, man. That's what he seen when he seen him working with the people against Reed. Reed gonna kill Gustavo.
Yeah.
Because Reed is a stone cold killer.
It's already happened.
He got his ancestor blood flowing through his brain.
And them niggas ain't gonna worry about 2 cents about it, too. They cost of doing business. Let's go back to that tunnel.
We're gonna revisit this next week, man, more in detail. Since we was off, we didn't get to talk about this show, but
Are you satisfied so far with how the season going?
Yeah, I'm like, again, I'm just ready for it to be over, and I'm trying to see how they gonna do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool so far. They ain't really fucked nothing up yet. They really setting it up so they can fuck it up.
That's what they do.
Yeah, setting it up so they can fuck it up.
Loco news. We gonna run through this one real quick. They had that comedy show here. I only wanted to go because I haven't really been doing shit. I didn't end up going because them ticket prices wasn't. That wasn't line up for that price.
I was about to say, and I heard
that wasn't kind of line up. For one, when you got DC Young flying your shit and the shit tickets over $50, I'm not going.
I didn't understand why he wasn't the host.
Me neither.
Because
like, it's a good. My guest hosted.
Yeah. They said Cedric Entertainment came out last. DC Young Fly came before Cedric. Nigga,
What? I think they was trying
Maybe somebody missed somebody.
They was trying to do some young shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got social media. Who all was it? Mike Epps?
DC Young Fly, Earthquake, DL Hughley.
Damn, DL should have went last. Him or Earthquake? I mean, him or Mike Epps. If you gon', I don't know.
I'm cool with Cedric going before Mike Epps.
Though.
I'm cool with Cedric going before Mike Epps. But
Mike Epps should have got the last shot.
I thought so.
Speaking of shots, he got detained at the airport. He was detained at the airport. Hey, listen. He had his pistol on him, a 38 special. Man, that motherfucker like straight off Magnum PI. This nigga, when you pull out this gun that Mike Epps had, you automatically have to say freeze dirtbag.
That's a snub nose.
You have to say freeze dirtbag or I'll shoot. With that kind of gun right there. He was detained, said he forgot that he had it in his backpack, said he was hurrying up trying to get out, whatever. Two things I'm extra nervous and I don't think I can fuck up. Leaving a hotel, packing for a trip, coming back from a trip with my shit, or anything at the airport. I don't understand how you can do anything at the airport shit that involves you not knowing you have a fucking pistol.
I think I don't understand the law enough to understand why the fuck they didn't say, why don't you take your ass just back to the crib and put that in the house? Because it's legal to have a gun in
not at the airport.
No, it's not legal to have a gun in the airport, but it's very probable that a motherfucker will forget that shit. He's a resident.
Could you see yourself?
He's a resident.
Could you see yourself going to the airport with a gun in your backpack?
I'm
not saying it's not something that don't happen, but you personally, you think you can overlook that?
It depends on my activity, how much I go to the gun range or something, or how many guns I have. I don't see myself having multiple guns, so no. Me personally, no. I would only, if I had one, I'd probably only have one or two, and I would know where they're at all times.
We're gonna talk about these goofball niggas with these guns.
That's just responsible gun ownership, though.
But you a millionaire, I would assume or think, why are you wrong? What the fuck you doing with this? At the airport.
You need a gun in the book. Like you said.
And then who he beefing with at the comedy show? Is it somebody you owe money with from when he went to high school?
Niggas getting slapped, man, and ran up on the stage and shit.
Now you just put it in perspective. I have to down back everything I said, take into consideration.
DC Young Fly had to sleep a nigga. Slept that nigga, bro.
Did he?
Yeah,
ran up on him?
He ran up on the stage. That boy put him to sleep. I was like, I give him that. Golden gloves for the night. But, yeah, people was foolish, so.
Shout out to Mike Epps. He also has an HGTV show coming back where he's renovating the houses on his old block. You ain't see that shit?
Nah.
They about to have where he's renovating the houses on his old block.
But they had that show here in Indy before. It was I think was that Ray Hensley was on that show. No, Dwight Simmons.
Man, we talking about a nigga who was star.
Dwight Simmons.
Low-level white boys you talking
No,
about?
not white boy. This is a nigga from the east side of Indy.
What's his name?
Dwight Simmons.
That white boy ass name. Come on, man. I gotta stay par for the course. No, shout out to that. Speaking of goofballs with guns.
More of them.
These young boys, they said this nigga is trying to be the first nigga to go from the NBA to the hood. Talking about Ja Morant.
He made it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what they call him on Twitter. Ja Wick.
They call
about that nigga John fucking Wick. They kill him.
This the other thing that's on Twitter. Last thing before you go all the way into it.
Pause.
The nigga, they was like, that's the gun from Harlem Nights.
That's what they said.
Yeah, the little pea shooter.
Ja Morant, he has been trending in this direction. Anybody paying any attention? He's been playing extra. Read all about it. Tough, throwing up gang signs, running with the wrong crowd, beating up 17-year-olds at gyms. Allegedly, I wasn't there, so I can neither confirm or deny. But anybody who's aware of anything has been watching and seeing that he was trending in this direction. I'm gonna tell you something they keep doing. They keep going back showing these wholesome pictures of him and his family. And they keep saying you didn't grow up like this. Anybody who grew up at all around any niggas know that hood shit is poisonous. You talk to your cousin who sell a little bit of crack, who be out there in that shit, you can get involved in it. I don't know if he ever was. If he was, he should be talking about how he's not anymore. He's doing the opposite. Sitting at the strip club, drunk. That's what they said he was drunk. I'm not sure. I didn't see his cup. But they're either they're drunk, singing a rap song, waving that motherfucking shit that pissed Arsenio off when he was trying to kill Quick. What are your thoughts? I'm sure this mule has been beaten. This horse has been beaten to death. But how old is y'all? 22, 23? He a young boy.
Something like that.
What is it? Is it rap music?
It's that damn rap music and the social media. I don't know original. It's the East Coast, I think. Carolina. So. I think it's North Carolina. Yeah. So probably like Vietnam, like J. Cole said. I believe it's one of the Carolinas, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted the same thing because I'm like, what? Where do they create such a black man that would do such a thing? But no, I think it's quite foolish, obviously. And where was like if you felt like you got to carry a gun, then why you ain't paying somebody to carry the gun, man?
That's what I'm saying with Money Vick, though. He's from Dalzell, South Carolina, gangster.
Even Deion Sanders gonna tell you that.
That's funny.
He's like, nigga, you don't carry the gun.
We learned from Ray Lewis. Down back, man. They say
where you say he's from? I'm sorry.
Dalzell, South Carolina.
Yeah. South Carolina.
They said that he beat up a 17-year-old at the gym because the nigga threw the ball at him or something. I don't know. I would instantly start seeing dollar signs and shit if that was me. Another thing that he they said that he had a gun or somebody, one of his friends threatened a pacer after their game with a pistol. Mm-hmm. So I don't, and this is where it's hard to understand because his father, T. Morant, who was in his life, raised him. Mm-hmm. But it seems like he's so engulfed with the fame that he's not, and this is just my speculation, he's not teaching him how to be a man. He taught him how to hoop, but he's not teaching him how to be a man. He does all this silly shit. Now he's suspended indefinitely. They said they just extended his shit. He start making new friends because these ain't niggas from Dalzell. These are definitely the niggas who shot Young Dolph. These are these Memphis goons.
I think you said
this is 7 Ball and MCJ. Listen, the stark contrast. Ja, he's a phenomenal basketball player. He wants to get to be 40 years old in the NBA if he desires, but an older person. And I say that to mention LeBron. LeBron came from a house where he didn't have a direct male role model.
I was about to bring up LeBron.
He incidentally turns out to be somebody who's a fantastic role model for his children, as far as I can see and I can tell. The friends that he came up with, he taught them the business to make money for themselves. He taught them how to fish. And then the friends that he acquired was people who could add on to him. Ja Morant is acquiring friends and shit who take away from him, who have nothing invested in him, who they wouldn't be with him if he wasn't out there in the NBA slam dunking on niggas. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's fucked up because out of all this, he's a grown man if we talking numbers, but you can tell he's still in that little boy shit.
But like shit like this is why you don't see a person like LeBron, and I ain't gonna speak about LeBron the same way that most of the shows have. I'm saying this is why you don't see that nigga LeBron at fucking the Rucker. Because if you know anything, first of all, like Fresh Prince, most of the shit jump off at the basketball court. Niggas is trying to embarrass you when you famous, nigga. So shit gonna jump off if you somewhere you ain't supposed to be. LeBron know he not finna put himself in no position because he know niggas finna try to climb him because they're like, oh, you supposedly the best. Watch what I do to this nigga, y'all. Hey, watch what I do to this nigga. Hey, LeBron, catch the ball. Oh, you couldn't even catch the ball. You the fucking greatest of all time. Like, niggas do whole shit like that, man. But that's the problem with putting yourself back in that environment that you tried to escape from, nigga. You think you romanticize it almost like, man, I remember the good old days. I was back in the hood, and I remember I was coming up on the grind. Man, we used to do shit for fun, and we ain't had no money. Nigga, you can't go back to that shit or nothing around that shit. You a bag, nigga. Motherfuckers is trying to get you. Like, unfortunately, this is what it is.
Yeah, opportunity.
And Ja like, I ain't scared of that smoke. We running this up the chimney.
CB423.
We running up the chimney. Nigga, you dumb.
Ja Wick.
You dumb. He wanted to fight niggas. He didn't want to win. We'll kill you niggas. We better at killing you niggas. Fuck this guy.
They got this clip where he told a little nigga, hey, get off my block. Get your bicycle off my block. I meant to say that shit to you. I thought I did. But real quick, just with the Rucker shit, even the Rucker was civilized runs. Everybody came up at the Rucker. LeBron has played the Drew League, another pickup league where people are coming at you because who you are. Yeah. But
he got dumped on.
Ja Rule is at a fucking community center in the middle of and shit with chain nets. They got chain fucking nets. And what else? Yeah. They probably was hooping on crates just so he can have that hood feel.
But I'm like,
I hope he learned a lesson out of this shit though. I hope he learned something. I don't know what exactly.
I'm like, when this nigga LeBron was in the hood fucking with them boys, he got dunked on by one of them niggas. They recorded it. And he paid for the tape to be removed, nigga.
That was Jordan Crawford, wasn't it?
I don't remember who it was, honestly. But he went through the most. He went through the most to get it. I can't say. I'm pretty sure he did, though. I really think he did, though, bro. Because that ain't no shit he could stand. Maybe if we was on the court. But nah, not no regular ass nigga. Like, nah, hell nah.
CB423.
Yeah, so.
What's this? I'm gonna get this one.
Marbury did it. Iverson did it, nigga. I'm about that shit.
Hey, man, hey, you tough 20 years too late.
You tough when you ain't have to be, bro.
Hell yeah. You ever had a desire to do some hood shit? I didn't grow up on no hood shit. Anderson ain't got the kind of shit that most larger cities do. Shit happen, but it don't happen on that Beirut type scale. Where they'll never have a bang in Anderson, Indiana on HBO. The most I think I wanted to do that was outside of myself was just walk around with a pistol. I wasn't waving at that motherfucker, but they didn't know I felt like the Incredible Hulk underneath that shirt. But I never wanted to get out there and pistol whoop a nigga. I didn't ever want to do nothing that extreme. I ain't want to hang around no niggas who doing this and shit in every goddamn second.
Yeah, I ain't want to hang around niggas that was doing this shit, but it's been like it been nigga shit or hood shit, as you said. I could just say nigga shit.
Yeah.
Where we had those nigga moments. We have nigga tendencies.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of those. And it's not for the sake of saying, or I did some tough shit, or I was finna kill this nigga. Like, no, like, I really was finna potentially, like, lose my freedom over making a stupid decision.
Yeah. For
real. But something intervened, the most high, I'm gonna say.
And then, one more question before we move on to some more motherfuckers. Ooh, the perfect CB4. If you think about it, Mr. Gusto himself. You 23 years old and you in the car with or you in the strip club with Ja. What are you thinking when you sit next to this nigga, you doing that? Because now we look at it from the perspective of older people.
He was in the strip club with it?
Hell yeah, that's why he suspended that. That's how he got turned.
I thought it was just because he was just doing it.
You ain't seen that fucking video? No, he's on live.
I seen part of the video. But I didn't know the environment he was in.
Yeah. Like, what are you thinking when he up there doing that shit? I like to think that I've always been mature. I've been always mature for my age. I would hope that I've been like, come on, man, you need to chill.
Hey, man, you know where you at?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, you have to shoot one of these bitches' titty off like all nice for real.
My whole life can change in a moment. I do hope he talking about he getting help. I hope he getting legitimate help. Not no. I mean, what's help, nigga? Straighten up, cause at this point, when you at this age, man, it's not about really help. It's about accountability. Like people always want to say, "I need help." Help, you know, nigga, you need help when you don't know what you doing.
That was a PR move.
Accountability is when you know what the fuck is going on and you don't say, "I need therapy." You just fix that shit.
Yeah.
You don't need nobody to talk you into being a good person.
Yeah.
You don't need a facilitator for that.
You just trying to get a story together. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. Chris Crackrock. Pook, y'all like to refer to him as. He had a comedy special on Netflix. It's causing an uproar. I think sensitive people are being sensitive as usual. They act like they. First off, man, I'm really gonna alley-oop you on this one because you know way more than the general public does about how it is to be a comedian and do your act. The freedom you feel like you have on stage is probably as free as you can be, aside from going to sleep at home by yourself. What are your thoughts on what's going on?
What are my thoughts about?
Because they mad about his performance, some of the things he said about Will Smith's husband, Jada Pinkett. Will Pinkett Smith.
If you, in my opinion, I think he was light.
Yeah.
He took it easy on them niggas still. Even though he said enough.
What is the outrage? What exactly is making people mad?
I think part of the outrage, a lot of people from what I heard, I don't know what the internet outrage is because that's a whole nother thing. But from what I heard, people wasn't pleased. They was like, it seemed like he was doing it for a white crowd or like it wasn't that funny. And I'm like,
that's what they're saying. They try to make it racial.
Yeah, and it was just because he did the way he ended. I'm gonna spoil it, even though it ain't nothing to be spoiled. It was like they like why he ain't hit him back, and he was like because I was raised by my parents, and my parents told me not to fight in front of white people or some shit, and he drops the mic, and that was like
he thought he said some. I gotta watch this.
People laugh at this shit because. But people laugh at it because that's some shit black parents have said. Don't be cutting up out here in front of these white people.
My mom always
so everybody
hit them back. I don't know who.
My mama told me that too. You better win, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they feel like he might.
They say he was calling her a bitch, and they did have her to pay this shit. Like, how is that such an outrage thing for him? Like,
to call her a bitch.
Yeah. The thing that really bothers me is that. He got the shit slapped out of him. Well, he got slapped. I won't say got the shit. He got mushed, really. He was assaulted or accosted by Will Smith, over a year ago now?
Mm-hmm.
And is this his, like, did he lay in wait? We spoke of the Greek and the Trojan War. Did he wait in the Trojan horse and sneak in there while everybody was sleeping, then mutilate the whole town? Like, what does this do? I mean, if we keep everything in perspective, I'm just talking when we could have went to hands. I'm at my job doing what I do at work. So why are you mad at this? Do you think that it's the rage police who incite these things? Like people who act like it's something? Because you said he went light. I have to watch it.
In my opinion, for a nigga that got
shit, man, but I'm watching this shit was big. So
just really for a nigga that got hold in front of the world.
Yeah.
I think the response was light. Cause you did get attacked. You didn't hit him back. You can say what the fuck you want.
Damn, he said he got attacked. I hate that you said that.
I mean, how he got hit?
No, the attack is the most victim fucking.
That's the
he didn't play the victim. Have you ever been attacked?
He didn't play the victim.
Have you ever been attacked?
I ain't been.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Caught off guard. I ain't never been caught off guard like that though.
I've never been attacked.
You didn't know. I've never been in a fighting situation.
I got stolen.
I ain't never been in a situation where I didn't know a fight was gonna happen. Where I started when I was fighting. He didn't know that shit was gonna happen. Yeah, he ain't get attacked, but nigga, he got caught off guard. I'm just saying he got caught off guard.
Would you be embarrassed if somebody described you as you were attacked? That's some embarrassing shit, man.
Cause you ain't fighting back. Nigga, it's my reflex. My human reflex is gonna be knee jerk, like, oh shit. I slapped a girl, nigga. Yeah. Because she slapped me. That was my reflex. And that would have been my fucking case all the way to the court.
Yeah.
I was like, my mama told me.
Somebody hit
you, hit him back.
And she ain't say if it's a man hit you, hit him back.
And she ain't say if it's a white person, don't fight.
Who's the bigger villain?
The bigger.
Hold on, what you think it is? Because we doing this on honor of Women's Day. Jada Pinkett or Louie?
Is it a bigger villain?
Yeah.
Oh, nigga. Are you serious?
Let's answer that one.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. I'm gonna say Jada. Cause this is why I say that. I don't know Will Smith personally, but the character that we been shown of Jerome is this nigga just was simple, ain't never been.
They kind of the same kind of nigga.
I don't know if I seen in this that he was ever demand in the relationship for real, the dominant Jerome.
You say
because he had jamming Jerome?
You say he ain't never showed he's dominant.
Yeah.
When Will showed? Oh, he was dominant. I'm not
gonna say he showed it to me.
Yeah.
But in the past, he was with his girl. You know, everybody he was abusive to his girl or his first wife, right?
And we're talking about Jada.
Hold on, man.
Okay.
We talking about Will.
I apologize.
We just talking about Will being a dominant in the dominant situation.
Hold on, real quick. Let me interject. Has Will ever diamond the bitch?
No.
Yeah, we talking about.
I don't think so. She might.
He pummeled her, man. He beat her to death.
The ex might say that. The first kid might say that. Who we never see. But outside of that, though, they about on par.
That's fucked up, ain't it? But back to the women. Jada fucked her son's friend.
And Tupac.
We won't put that on Tupac. They said Tupac ain't hit her. I don't know. But look.
I'm a nigga.
Don't do me like that. Don't turn me to no bitch, man, because I apply my bitch logic. Don't do me like that. So look, that's fucked up what you saying, nigga. That's disrespectful. I deserve it. I deserve that gas.
I'm a nigga. That's nigga. Nigga tennis.
Listen.
All right,
listen. Louie got family trying to kill each other, nigga. Louie got, listen, I'm gonna tell you how insightful she is. She got Franklin slapped the shit out of 2 times and then a pistol pulled out on him. Louie is a firecracker.
You're right, because he didn't do nothing back either. He pulled the gun on him.
He got that, it's a psychological edge on him in that regard.
He said, keep my bitch name out your mouth. Jerome.
Or what? Hey, man,
them was punches damn near, bro. How he leaned in.
Both of them niggas are what you look like when you love a woman too much. Them was those were very nice. They both a product of what happens when you love a woman too much. You become unraveled. You start acting outside your character because now you want to prove you're not a bitch. Because she been making you feel like a bitch forever. When Chris Rock was there talking about that alopecia shit, that little old Henry hairdo she had.
Oh, Henry.
And she looked at Will, and Will said, I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
All this shit is in disarray because they let their women lead them. Boy, oh boy, let's talk about women leading. And I'm speculating on what happened. We are all familiar with the Mexico shit, right? You familiar with this?
Right.
Touch upon this article, of course. 2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico are dead, 2 alive, report states. 4 people went to Mexico, 3 dudes, 1 girl. I'm going to read the article and we're going to chime in. 2 of the 4 American citizens kidnapped in Mexico are dead while the other 2 remain alive. Reuters reported Tuesday, citing the government of Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas Governor Americo Villarreal said Tuesday that 1 of the surviving Americans was wounded and the other was not, while 2 of the 4 U.S. citizens who traveled to Mexico were found dead. 2 of the 4 Americans survived the attack are back in America. The 4 Americans were abducted after being caught in the crossfire of rival cartels shortly after crossing the U.S. border with Mexico. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said during the Tuesday news conference that he had been briefed by the FBI on the situation unfolding in Mexico and said the State Department was working with Mexican authorities on the investigation. They reached out to Jesse Jackson, but he was marching rather than being pushed in a wheelchair. He could not offer his services. They did not say that. I just interjected it on my own. I freestyle. I'm back to the story. Garland offered sympathies to the family of the victims of the attack. In a statement later on that day, confirmed reports that 2 of the Americans died in the attack. First off, let me interject this. If they had got killed in America, they'd say 2 of the blacks. But since there's international things going on, they specifying that they're Americans to set up something to be angry at Mexico about. Keep that in mind. If it don't unfold today, it will soon. Because they highlight that American shit too fucking much. They never call us Americans.
We ain't never been American.
Unless it's the Olympics. That's the only fucking time.
Facts.
The Attorney General added that the Justice Department would be working to prosecute the cartel members behind the incident. A dramatic video shows the moment 4 Americans were kidnapped shortly after crossing into Mexico and what the authorities would call a case of mistaken identity. I highly doubt any of this is really going on. I do not believe the official narrative. You can't mix up Jerome with fucking Villanueva. The video of the violent incident shows armed men in body armor and dragging one person across the pavement and pushing the woman into the bed of a white truck, then dragging 2. This is some traumatic shit. Jara, you don't want this job, Wick. Then dragging 2 more men who appeared to be wounded across the pavement and loading them into the bed of the same truck. Photos of the scene show a white minivan with North Carolina plates riddled with bullet holes shortly after the kidnapping with the woman who was reportedly witnessed the attack, telling the Associated Press she saw the minivan collide with another vehicle before hearing gunfire and seeing armed men approach the vehicle. All of a sudden, the gunmen were in front of them. I'm not going to read this whole fucking thing like in the school report. 2 dudes were killed. 1 girl was killed. And another guy and another girl survived. They saying that she went over there for cosmetic surgery. She went over cosmetic surgery allegedly, and the other 3 were just what? Chaperoning the tour?
Nigga, one of them was from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh shit, nigga, where's Super Job when you need him?
No. Hey man, listen, I do gotta read some more. One of the 4 Americans in the group, Zendale Brown, was identified by his sister, Zalondria Brown, of Florence, South Carolina, on Tuesday, saying she had been in contact with the feds and the Mexican authorities since the incident. This is like a bad dream, Brown said her younger brother is from Myrtle Beach and was visiting Mexico with 3 friends, one of whom was going to get a tummy tuck. She had added that her brother was hesitant to make a trip, warning his friends about the danger before they departed. Of course, she's going to make him the hero. 3 dudes going down here for this unfortunately built lady to get a tummy tuck. I don't believe it. I don't believe random act of violence happened where they were in the middle of a cartel shindig. I'm going to tell you what happened. They were going down there to get some dope. The drug deal went bad. The price they thought they were going to get, it was a setup. This is my speculation, and it's alleged. But I do not believe 3 men, I don't know 3 dudes who can go to Mexico with a girl so she get a tummy tuck. Girls do that by themselves or with their friends or with their significant other. They did not go down here with her to get a tummy tuck. They went down here and the play went wrong. That's how I feel about it.
That's why they made sure to include that it had North Carolina plates on the van. Cause I'm like, how the fuck do a car with North Carolina plates get in fucking Mexico?
Yeah.
They ain't got no American rental car. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that's how it works.
And I don't know the city towns where they're going to get their tummies tucked or their ass bigger.
Embiggened.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know where this happened, but and I'm sure
you don't go to Mexico.
I'm sure it is like on the corner of fucking 10th and fucking Tibbs.
Every fucking nigga knows you go to the DR to get your fucking titties and ass.
And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I'm used to hearing and shit like that. Cartel. You are in the middle of cartel city where shootouts happen in broad daylight where niggas got body armor on. This was a drug deal going bad.
And that shit happens. But now you said when niggas is involved?
I say what?
You said this shit don't happen in broad daylight with cartels involved when niggas is involved?
I don't think so.
Cause it ain't with niggas involved.
Niggas,
I thought you was saying it don't happen.
Yeah.
That shit happening all the time. Now no niggas from North Carolina.
Like, I'm talking about the colors.
And they from South Carolina.
Yeah,
they drove.
They was going to get some dope.
They was like, that'll throw them off. We just get a different Carolina plate.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Do you think that? Do you believe the official narrative?
No, I could roll with that because I didn't put it in perspective until I went back and looked to see the plate because I was like, I thought they said they had a plate, and that was the first peculiar thing in the story to me. I'm like, how did that get in Mexico?
Man,
Nigga, you can't drive to Mexico from.
then
you really not.
That's why I don't believe it too, because everybody got situational awareness. Now I can drive past I can drive down the street 100 times and never see this fucking gold house. The house shit stood out to me. I look over there one day and like, who put that old ass house there? Went there yesterday. Cause I don't pay attention. But situational awareness, I see this nigga over here with I know he had a machine gun in his pocket. You got the big rack with the fucking body armor. Nigga, I'm not going past you. And I look on the other side, I see the nigga with the fucking Tom Selleck glasses on, and the motherfucker, his shit. No. You not gonna get me in no fucking crossfire. And then why am I the one that's being dragged and shot? I guarantee you, they was trying to make a play with one side, and this other side seen the money exchange, and that's what happened. And they feel like they can get more.
I think they thought that those were military officials. They had body armor on, heavy machine guns.
See, they ain't devil ever. That's dumb nigga.
They like, they gotta be with the government or something. Why would you keep going that way? You ain't going through a police checkpoint.
They're here to help.
Let's turn, nigga. They over there checking seatbelts. You ain't got shit in the car.
Hey, you been in Mexico, haven't you?
No.
You never been to Mexico?
No, I'm smarter than that.
You gotta go to somewhere where goddamn it American owned and shit. You gotta go to a resort where it's all American owned. You don't go to the motherfucking place where they had dust to dawn at, nigga.
All the resorts is fucking like an embassy or consulate, nigga. When you go to another country, that's goose, nigga.
You said what?
I said all the resorts is like the embassy, U.S. embassy or consulate, nigga. That's goose, nigga. You're not supposed to leave from goose. You're not safe.
Come on, nigga. Come on. You're not safe. You don't go down the street to the corner store to get the cheap tamales. You pay for the expensive ones on the resort, nigga. You don't go sightseeing. You don't go buying dope. They was buying dope, nigga.
They definitely was buying dope too, because I kind of know a little bit about the geography of Mexico to know that if you coming from North Carolina and all that shit, the first entry point, the closest entry point is Durango. That's like one of the biggest fucking states in fucking Mexico. Tamaulipas, I think, is like in the middle, bro.
Who?
Tamaulipas.
How the fuck you gonna say that word?
Because I be talking to the Migos.
Yeah.
But no,
I bet you they say this was a dope play.
I'm like, you drove past, ain't nothing in that state? You ain't go to Mexico City? You like, where you at? What you doing? So, yeah, I think they got what they was looking for.
And a little bit more.
That's a very, very...
Shit ain't that bad though, is it?
Detective Harrison on the fucking side.
Listen.
That's why he got the hat on today. A tip of the cap to you.
Hey, listen. This is our final story, man. And this shit right here, I like to think of myself as an observant person when it comes to interpersonal relationships. Especially
I
between...
think so too.
Huh?
I like to think so about both of us.
Yeah, me too.
We're pretty astute.
Hell yeah. And in this particular instance, it's mine super high with women. And it's because
you gotta be on guard.
Not even so much, but you like girls since you was little. And you had to figure out a way to get them to like you. Mm-hmm. So I've always paid closer attention, and then in my maturity and shit, I can like correlate different emotions or outside influences that lead people to do what they do.
She too pretty, she couldn't have done that.
Me at 15.
Every fucking kid.
Me at 15.
She couldn't have did that. 3
children dead, 2 injured in a stabbing at Texas home during the Child Protective Service visit.
Yikes.
The suspect has been arrested and charged with murder, with 3 counts of capital murder, according to the police. 3 children, quote unquote, died. These little niggas got killed. 3 children were killed, with 2 others were injured. In a stabbing that occurred Friday in a Texas home during a Texas Child Protective Services visit. I want to say Texas chain master so bad because my ignorance almost took over. According to the Ellis County Sheriff's Office, official statement issued Friday, Texas Child Protective Services visited a residence in Italy.
Nigga was moving too fast outside, sorry.
Texas, as long as I'm in that situation, that's how you don't get killed in Mexico.
Exactly.
You see niggas moving too fast outside, you get the fuck out of his way.
Point made.
Texas and Italy, Texas decided to remove the children from the home. After an Italy Police Department officer responded to the social worker's call to the Ellis County Sheriff's 911 dispatch, they found 3 children dead and 2 seriously wounded. Among the deceased were a 6-year-old boy, 5-year-old twin boy and girl, a 4-year-old boy, and a 13-month-old were also injured. Each taken to different nearby hospitals for treatment. Texas Child Protective Service confirmed that all 5 were siblings. The suspect, 25-year-old Shamaiya Hall, was arrested and charged with 3 counts of capital murder. Her ransom is set at $2 million. ABC 8 WFAA reported that the children had been previously placed by CPS under the guardianship of another relative. The Ellis County Sheriff's Department statement did not confirm the relationship between the suspect and victims. Shamaiya Anderson, a relative of the victims, told the news that they gained their wings. Those are beautiful little babies. Texas Department of Family and Protective Service said in a statement that we are shocked by the incomprehensible tragedy and are already working with law enforcement to investigate what happened. Bitch, I'll tell you what happened. She snapped and she killed them babies. It's usually because of the mug shot that once you look at them, you believe they did everything as accused of. This bitch was totally guilty of what they said.
She did that shit, son.
First off, man, this is a tragedy. This is super sad and it's heartbreaking in every sense of the word. It's super tough to see things like this because children don't deserve this, no matter what.
Yeah.
It goes to be said, as far as that. What I really wanted to harp up on is, me and Jermaine talked about this, but I said that women, in particular black women, are losing their mother gene. They losing their mother gene. How many times have you been on social media and you hear women talking about they need a break from their children? I need a break. I need some me time. I'm kid free.
FNF.
And it all tie in. Are you familiar with these terms?
Yes.
Why do you think they how do you think that? What I'm trying to.
I think, if I may, I think I know what you might be trying to say. I think that they are they was poisoned, like we say, by this media. I really do. It is that. Like as old as we saying it is that they was poisoned by this, and now we starting to see the residual impact of that. They lived their hot girl summers and shit. They had hella kids every hot girl summer.
25 or 6 years.
Yeah, because you gotta have a baby, then you can't fuck really for like a month, and then you fuck go crazy for like 2 months, and then you have another baby. Lather, rinse, and repeat. And so now we seeing that, and now they like, fuck, all the money really starting to dry up. Shit, I ain't getting no more stimmies. Shit, they only gonna give me income tax credit for what, 4 of them, and I got 6? How many she had, 5?
It's 5 or 6. She down to 2 now.
So she had, that's a lot to be paying for. You ain't finna get, and they lowered the amount that you get too. So all the shit that you thought you was finna live off of, you thought you finna live off of public aid, nigga, ain't that much stamps in the world for those 6 fucking kids, man. It's a cutoff point for everything. And so once you done put yourself in the corner, which I think a lot of these young ladies have, they like, oh shit. Oh man. And a lot of people, and then on the flip side of it too, I can personally attest, I ain't gonna give everybody this as a cop out or nothing like that, but like, these bitches be having postpartum for real.
Yeah.
They really be ready to kill these motherfuckers because they like, damn, my freedom gone. I was a bad bitch. My baby mama. So I'm trying to tell you, like, that's she was affected by this shit for real.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell. I'm telling her like, yo, I think you got postpartum. And she's like, you can't tell me I'm crazy. Like, because you can't tell a dumb person they're dumb. You can't tell a crazy person they're crazy. And so this is the result of that. Like, you got all these kids and you feel stuck and you can't go nowhere in your life for real. You can't go to Cancun, nigga, and be in the middle of fucking dope shootouts and shit. So, like, everything, you stuck, nigga, you start doing wild shit. That's why Snapped has so many seasons, nigga.
Right.
Like, you box
yourself. They was
yourself.
killing husbands.
But
yeah, but
I think so.
Real quick, just my personal take. I wonder what precipitated, like, what was she doing for the CPS to be involved initially? Anyway, we talk about her in this incident in this instance because she's the one who's just the latest person on the news. Mm-hmm. When I see women say this, I need a break. First, I'm like, how do you need a break from life? Like, what? Where are we taking breaks? We take breaks from things that's not natural, like work. That's where you take breaks from. Or they mention something like, well, the man should be doing this when the man not here. And it's always something that definitely. And you know exactly where I was going with this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just confirming what I was thinking. The man is out of the picture. You've been taught to marginalize the man, to disrespect him, to not need him until you need him. And then when you've pushed him away, he's gone and you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. It's easy to say a woman didn't have these children by herself, but who are you having these children with? Is this somebody who's going to be around? You have that. Nobody's out here getting left by a deadbeat, didn't know he was a deadbeat. This ain't the old days and shit. You watch all his reels and shit on. You see he's not the kind of nigga you reproduce with.
And the average nigga not, to be fair too, the average nigga's not finna stand by and allow you to disrespect this nigga just due to you having emotional imbalance because you had a kid. That's just naturally what happened when you have a kid.
And it's not, this is my
it starts there.
My period. I don't think it's like primarily because she had this child. This is why women feel like they need a break from their children. First off, me and you will never had a feeling. And the reason why is because we don't have that mother gene.
Yeah.
And when I say we won't have that feeling, do you ever feel like you need a break for your son?
Nah, I'm glad you brought this up because I was just saying this the other day to my niggas.
And what I'm saying is Jason's son lived with him.
Yeah,
so go ahead.
I was just saying this the other day. I was like, man, it's getting to a point where I feel I'm scared for him to go back and spend extended amount of time away from me because I feel like
the pitfalls.
It's gonna be yeah. To say it nicely. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna regress. I feel like it's a bad situation. So I'm like getting to the point where I'm like, you need to be away less and more so I can put my imprint on you for real.
Because you really in program mode. I'm still programming you for the world.
Yeah.
So of course I never need a break from my daughter. I love being around her, but it's a fatherly love. So when I say women are losing their mother gene, it's because they're losing their natural affection for their children. When children become burdens, what you do, you relieve yourself of burdens. I guarantee you, before this whole incident took off like it did, she was tired of him. She was cussing, I'm talking crazy. It's probably why CPS was involved. She was breaking down. This is all my theory. What causes this is when a woman is taken out of her natural state to where she is primarily a caregiver. Women are naturally meant to sit at home without the worries of the world. It's hard for a woman to, this is when a woman playing two roles. Having a child, you're not playing a father and a mother ever. The only time you play two roles is when you're responsible for your children and then you're responsible for deadlines at work. That is why these women getting overwhelmed.
And the mental. You can't implement no logic in a motherfucker if you don't possess that.
Definitely. But and when you say that, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, like, you can't teach them to think like a man if you don't think like a man.
And this is nature versus nurture.
Yeah, it's not even no shot or disrespect.
Not at all. Because what it is, how this system is, it convinced black women that education and a degree and a great job was better than being a man. Because now, if
make them a man.
It do.
That's what I'm saying.
Make you not, and you don't need one.
Yeah.
So what they did, they do the shit so subtly and so slick. They tell women, you black women, you the most educated person, blah, blah, blah. And then they show the stark contrast between men. And when they say educated, it's only indoctrination. Yeah. It's just what they deem education and how they pass out their degrees or how they qualify you as a person. Mm. So they took women from just being satisfied with being women. Like they made being a woman a bad thing. They made you sitting at home taking care of your house, your children, waiting on your man, cooking for your man, being a support system a bad thing. So they told you don't need him, you can do better than him. So now he started looking like the enemy. You see what I'm saying? So now you're not treating him like a human being or the man of the house. So now it's a conflict. Each generation had these women who had this idea put in their head raising the children. So in turn, the boys become super soft and they're not responsible. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Because the men been pushed out, and I'm not just laying bass to the women because it's
not that at all.
The roles are so fucking destroyed that the men don't got their natural gene.
Yeah.
It's men who be like, well, fuck them. Which we seen a video where this dude was talking about he don't give a shit about his children. He don't want whatever. It's not the same for a man when he's being pushed away, when everything is seemingly against him, child support, government, whatever. Mm-hmm. Everybody against him. He like, well, fuck it then. I'll just give you this money and I only gotta see you motherfuckers. Not to say that it's right, but we on par with this system.
That's what happens to you.
So what it is, the women get confused. Their priorities get misplaced. They give the job or the world, the club precedence over their children. The important, instead of saying I need a break from this job, is I need a break from my children. Instead of saying I'm job free, it's I'm kid free. And it break them down. It confuses them as aware what they supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the strong woman. They said I'm this, I'm that, and the other. They telling you to be everything as opposed to who you really are. They nurture you to.
Yeah, because the government's your man now.
Hell yeah, and it's self-worship and self-idolization. If I get this degree, if I get 1 billion likes on social media, it's all vanity. That's why you see the ass pictures and shit. Women are not conditioned to be mothers. They're conditioned to get pregnant and have children, but they're not conditioned to be mothers. They don't have role models in this regard on how to deal with the situation.
So that's why.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, that's why, to kind of bring it back full circle to answer your question, if I may coin a term, a phrase, I'm going to call it baby doll syndrome. Because when you a little baby, when you a kid, they give you a baby doll and you think, oh, it's cute, this is fun, it's cute. And eventually your ass outgrow that shit. Yeah. And you like, I don't even want this no more. I'm trying to be grown now. Yeah. And it happens again. You like, I want a baby, and then I want a baby. I just want a baby. All of a sudden, for some reason, your biological clock, as they say, is ticking, and you like, I want a baby. And you get a baby, and you like, see, my baby cute. My baby got good hair. Yeah. And they like to dress it up, taking all these photo shoots. Yeah. You got a big belly photo shoot and shit, a maternity photo. That nasty looking little motherfucker, but it's all cute. It's all cute and fun and games until it's time to make this motherfucker a functional, human, responsible, productive person in, I ain't gonna say society, but in this world. Mm-hmm. Capable of doing anything or contributing anything or even taking care of their own family. So that's why, I mean, it's a baby doll syndrome. You're like, oh shit, I'm done with this toy. I'm trying to grow up now. I'm trying to level up. I'm trying to boss up. I'm trying to be boss bitch. Nigga, you supposed to do that before you had the fucking kid.
Definitely. And it's all a product of the curse that we under.
Poison.
And poison. This is all thing I can say is for women, choose better men to reproduce with. Because at the end of the day, you choosing who the fuck gets you pregnant.
At least choose who you raw dogging.
I mean, that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we know that
they don't plan on getting pregnant. Nobody fucking plan. Latoris.
Man, that's like eating fire and not planning on getting burnt.
Nigga, 95%, dare I say 95? At least 90% of niggas is not planning.
Yeah.
We wasn't even planning on being in America.
Yeah. That's some real shit though, man. That's some real shit. And my thing is black women losing their mother gene. The mother gene is slowly going away. The natural affection. We used to, for real.
A woman said this to me because it was like, and then we was discussing. I was like, it It seems like niggas is trying to get their kids now.
Yeah.
And niggas is like dumb.
And it's
like,
okay.
They just like this is. I think it's better for them to be over there. I know a lot more niggas that got their kids, and it's
down. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying only people who still. The only bad mothers who still got their kids is the ones who think they bad mothers for not having their kids, and they're not responsible enough.
And it's a social thing.
Yeah,
they don't want to be seen without children. So
and they think they losing, or they think it just fucks them up, man, because they don't understand they wrong.
Right. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up, and it's because they broke up the household, and they weaponize our women against them. Yeah. And now, how it always happened, like when they done with you, when the mission is complete, you left out here with no helicopter. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to languish in the mess that was created by the ones before you. But there's no suggestions, no logical suggestions to get anybody back on par for the course. And it's a sad thing. I got a big compassion for this lady. You seen Shutter Island before? Who? Shutter Island. Yeah. You remember she snapped and killed the children? Mm-hmm. It's the same type of shit. And like, I wonder, how do you snap like that? Because I'm not justifying, but she had to be overwhelmed to the point where you just start killing niggas. And it's sad, man. And so women need to sit back, and if you
ain't try to sell the kids first.
What's the value? You
I'm a hustler.
Your soul, they gonna get fucked at Epstein Island, man. Come on,
man. Shit. Well, why did you get rid of them? Because you couldn't take care of them.
This is what snapping is. She ain't thinking this shit through.
Right.
So for women right now, if you out here feeling like you need a fucking break, sit back, take a deep breath, and think what you need a break from. Ask yourself this was where they give y'all all the slack. Y'all can do what y'all want to, man. Take a fucking therapy stress leave from that job. And don't go to fucking some fucking fun resort town and neglect your children. Sit back, bond with your children. I'm not talking about for social media, we can get on there, dance, get some likes and shit. Sit down, talk to your children, form a fucking relationship. Make sure that you realize that these are your children and you love them and they love you. Look at them in their eyes and shit and realize how much they need you. It's not once you have a child, it's about the children. When you look at them and you say, this motherfucker need me to eat. This little motherfucker need me to get him on a bus. This need me for everything. That should be the most fulfilling thing in the world. But what they want outside validation from the world. Your whole role is to fucking raise these children. It's easier when you do got a man, but if the man's not there, you still have a role to do. And it's sad. And I just think that the mother gene is dying with black women.
Agreed. Nah, I can't say only black women.
That's one I deal with.
Alright.
I don't give a fuck about
that's your
I don't care shit about suntans.
Because I see it I just see it as a whole, just not to say what I give a fuck about is what I see. Yeah. And it just,
But white women been doing that shit. Like, it was murder one. So they're going back in and run the train. It is. And blame the black man. They would blame white women, blame black men. Random nigga came there and killed their baby. Black women doing the same thing, blame black men. But it's not anything to lambast anybody. I really want.
It's the poison, man.
Yeah, I really want people to be more introspective when you say I need a break. Yeah. I don't get the break. I don't understand it. It's foreign to me. Some people might say it's because I'm a man, and of course, I don't have the natural disposition to deal with children as a woman do. Mm-hmm. I love the fuck out my daughter. I love her. Mm-hmm. But it's certain ways I can't bond with her that a woman can, that her mother can. Mm-hmm. And that's how it is. Men cannot, especially girls. Yeah. And then boys still need a certain level of their mother. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the nurture. You know what I'm saying? Where we just tough. You know what I'm saying? We teach you, we get a motherfucking manual. We reach straight from the manual. It's not going to be that same love and affection. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So, yeah, it's fucked up.
We was in church today, damn.
Was we? That's what we did.
You was preaching.
I had some fucking church bells.
You need some tambourines.
I need a goddamn. I need a symbol. Oh, that's fucked up. You sent me to the homosexual gay black church. Hey, we got anything closing? Anything we left out?
Just bake shower, fucking come to Helium. Follow me at Go Jason.
What is the show called again?
It's called.
What the fuck are we doing today?
What did I say? Get drunk or something.
We'll figure it out. We're gonna post it on the TCK page.
We're gonna post it.
Are you on flyer?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't no flyer. I'm on the website though. My name is on the website, so it's called Jibba Jabba. Your Jive Time Turkish.
To me, it's nigga jabber.
Nigga Jabba with starring three niggas.
Yes. Hey, thanks to everybody for tuning in to another edition of the best podcast you never heard of.
Excellent.
This is the Conceited Knowbody. CB episode 227, CB423.
I mean, no show, child. Woo!